Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Reacts. I hope you all are having an amazing Wednesday, and if you're in Australia, I hope you have an amazing Thursday. And if you're anywhere else in the world, I don't know how far in the future or back in time you are, so I just hope you have an amazing fucking day. That's all. That's all I hope for. An amazing day.
Day and night.
Day and night. The lonely stoner seems a free his mind at night. At night. Day and night, dude.
Is that a Christmas song?
No, I wish it was. I wish it was, bro. But today we are actually going to be talking about a Christmas movie. We're going to be talking about and giving our honest opinion of the movie Krampus. It is a 2015 Christmas horror film, Christmas horror has spawned its own fucking genre.
Yeah, I know. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. And this isn't the first Christmas horror movie by any means. There was some in like the 70s and shit. Wasn't the first one ever Violent Night or Silent Night, Deadly Night? Or
Violent Night's the new movie that's coming out. I guess the first horror Christmas movie will probably be Silent Night, Deadly Night.
That's what I meant. I got the two movies' names mixed up.
Is that in the 70s?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And fun fact, Gremlins.
If you don't want Shudder, you can watch it on Shudder.
Fun fact, Gremlins is a Christmas horror movie as well.
Comedy horror. So.
Christmas comedy horror movie. It's all three, and it is beautiful, and we are going to talk about that eventually on this show. But before we jump into Krampus, let's talk. We were talking about something before we went live. There are multiple Krampus films that were released. And I don't think any of them are related to each other. There was two Krampus movies that was made by the same guy, but the only correlation between the two that I know of, and I haven't seen the others, so I could be wrong, but from what I read, the only correlation between the two is on TV, they're watching the other movie.
Okay.
And thank you everyone for listening. I see our buddy Jimmy Madden gave us a like, so I love you, brother. Go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the like button. And I love you all. Let's jump into this movie, shall we? Before we go too into it, I would like to give some numbers. The movie is 97 minutes long, which is a normal runtime for a movie. It was created by Legendary Pictures and Zam Pictures. It was distributed by Universal Pictures. Interesting fact is the movie was released in the United States on December 4th. However, if you lived in Los Angeles, you could watch it on November 30th. Do you want to guess the budget of this movie?
No. I probably can see it as a high budget movie though.
It is a high budget movie, but how high do you think it was? Just throw a number.
200 million?
No, actually you're way off. The movie was only 15 million, which is really low for a movie's budget.
Still a lot.
It's a lot of money. I don't have that sitting in my couch. But for a movie of that caliber and those kind of graphics and stuff, it is pretty pricey.
It is, yeah.
However, the box office fucking crushed it, bro.
Yeah, would have.
They spent 15 million. They earned 61.5 million.
Whew.
Right? Now, I will say, as a horror movie, don't hate me for this, Gorak, but I think you'll agree with this. It is an excellent film, but it's also very, very ridiculous at times.
We will get into that later on.
Yeah, it is it's like a B-rated horror film, but on a high budget level.
But it's so good.
Yeah. So if you're going to watch this movie, go into it not thinking it's your typical slasher and like a legit horror movie, because it's not. But it has
think of it of Home Alone meets Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yes. What's crazy about this movie is I'm impressed with all the actors on this fucking movie. Like, there's a lot of big name actors. Hold on, let me set my phone to ignore or whatever I have to set it to so it doesn't make that noise. Because
I thought everybody did a really good job in this movie.
Well, did you see how like all the high class like actor, well not high class, but the really popular actors that was in the fucking movie? You had Adam Scott, who was in Step Brothers.
Yeah, Toni Collette, Australian.
Yes. You had what's her name? The Conchita Farrell. She was the maid, I think you would call it, in 2.5 Men.
Yeah. Like, the bald-headed guy, like the dude's brother. Who I can't remember where he was.
David Cockner. He was in a lot of. He was in a lot of shit. He was in a lot of Will Ferrell movies.
Yeah. Toni Collette was really good. I really liked the character in this one. Not because she's Australian, but like.
Yeah, you do. Just because she's Australian.
It's hot too, but she was really good in Hereditary though.
Oh, and David Cockner, Gorak, I just thought of this. He was also in Anchorman.
Okay, I've never seen those movies.
That was one of his bigger roles, was in Anchorman. He did do a lot of huge roles, but that's the one I'm thinking of, the first movie I ever saw him in. All right, let's jump into this movie. We're going to go in as well of order as we can. Everyone knows how fucked up my brain is. I start from the movie, and then I eventually make my way to the end by going back and forth. I apologize. Greg, try to help me here. All right. The movie starts off 3 days before Christmas. And we see this dysfunctional as fuck family. They're prosperous, but they're dysfunctional as shit. They're the Engel family, and they're preparing for the holidays. Now we have the youngest member, Max. He's a firm believer in Santa Claus. He believes in all the holiday spirit, all of that. He's a very good kid, and he has the spirit of Christmas flowing through his veins. Now his brothers and sisters do not. They are hating on him. I'm sorry, bro. For some reason, my fucking computer decided to X out of Google Chrome. So I got to do my phone right now.
No, it's all good.
Anyway, do I sound all right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, where I was at. You're not going to keep me down. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my computer is acting up or what. But anyway, we have the dysfunctional. Huh?
It's not your connection?
I don't think it's my connection. I don't know if I've got I don't know what's going on because my computer does random weird shit. I hope it's not like a virus or whatever. But anyway, let's go back to where I was. I'm sorry, everyone, for the technical difficulties. I love you all. Thank you all for tuning in and supporting me, even through technical difficulties. I love you all. Anyway, while my computer's doing a virus scan, let's jump back into the movie. All right, so we have the dysfunctional family. Max is a big Christmas guy. The rest of the family is bah humbug. They're getting ready for Christmas festivities with the family. Now we have this older German lady. She speaks mostly in German, but she understands English. Like, the family speaks to her in English. She understands, but she talks to them in German.
Yeah.
Now we have Sarah's side of the family. They end up showing up, and she's kind of upset because Aunt Linda brought Aunt Dorothy. And Aunt Dorothy is played by the maid in 2.5 Men. And thank you, Zach, for your lovely comment. I apologize that I'm using my phone right now. I don't normally do that, but we have testicle difficulties. But Aunt Dorothy's there. You have Sarah and Linda, who are the parents, and then you have Howard, who is the uncle. Am I correct on that? Linda and Howard?
Yeah.
They have a son. Well, they have several children. They have Howie Jr., Stevie, Jordan, and baby Chrissy. And they also have their bulldog, Rosie. I'm trying to get all the names right. The bulldog is important. God damn it.
Yeah, it's a part of the family member.
Yes. Well, Max wanted to continue the family traditions, but due to the tensions upon all of the relatives, it kind of ruins his Christmas spirit. His cousin ended up stealing his letter to Santa and read it out loud, mocking him. And then he fights with them and yells that he hates his entire family and even hates Christmas. And his father confronts him, tries comforting him. Sorry, I can't fucking English today. Tries comforting him by telling him that even though there's chaos during the holidays, he can always have his love for his family and give his letter to Santa.
Yeah.
Well, in a fit of anger, Max rips up his letter to Santa, throws it out the window, and it flies up into the sky. By mere coincidence, as we would assume, they get hit with probably the worst blizzard they've seen since 1968. And I'm just throwing a fucking date out there, but it's probably true for this neighborhood. It causes a severe power outage, and Beth is freaking out because her boyfriend has not called her or anything because there's no reception because all the power's out. So she ends up trying to go to her boyfriend's house. The mom says, an hour, and you better be back in this house. And when my mom said that, my ass better be in that house. But she goes to check on her boyfriend, and you see this horned creature jumping roof to roof. She tries running away from it. She ends up seeking coverage under a vehicle, and we see a Jack in the Box. And it's doing that dead. And that's a fucking terrifying song to begin with. It scares me to this day. But it goes the and then fucking something pops out. You don't really see it. You just hear screaming under the car.
Yeah.
Then we go back to the house, and her mom's like, it's been an hour, and her ass ain't here. I'm beating some ass. She doesn't say that, but she's all freaking out.
She did say that.
Oh, she did say that?
No, it'd be funny if she did, though.
Oh, I was like, wait, she did? No, she's like, I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried about my daughter, so I want to know where she's at. So Tom and Howard are like, yo, we're going to go find her. You stay here because it's so freaking cold outside. Yeah. You go find her. So they end up leaving to go find Beth, and they find their boyfriend. Not their boyfriend, her boyfriend. I don't know why I said that. It's not a whole family marital affair. It's just her boyfriend. They find her boyfriend's house in ruins. The chimney split completely open. There's goat-like hoof prints the size of fucking Bigfoots in the snow. And they're outside walking around, and they end up getting drugged or trying to be drugged under the snow by an unknown creature. Tom ends up saving Howard by shooting it with Howard's gun, and then they return home, boarded up all the windows, and everybody tries to get some sleep. And if I'm not mistaken, Howard is nursing a leg injury due to the creature in the snow. Am I right, Gorak?
Yeah. Okay.
He's nursing this injury. Now, Gorak's probably seen this movie more times than I have. That's why
I have 3 times already.
Yeah, that's why. But anyway, they end up falling asleep, and Howard says, I'm going to stand guard while you all fall asleep. So Howard ends up falling asleep like a little bitch. I'm just kidding. He ends up falling asleep. and there's this large hook that comes out of the chimney. And Howie Jr.'s like, ooh, and he sees a gingerbread cookie on the end of this hook. I
love this scene, yeah.
And he goes over and takes a bite out of it. And this is the first most ridiculous scene ever, but this movie is fucking awesome. He takes a bite, and this gingerbread cookie comes to life and grabs him. And they go try to bring him up the chimney. The family wakes up and tries saving him, and he goes flying up the chimney.
Yeah.
But a fire log ends up inadvertently kicking aside during the struggle to save him and sets the tree on fire and all the presents. Ami, the German grandma, ends up explaining to them that the creature hunting them is Krampus. And it's an ancient demonic spirit who punishes those who have lost their Christmas spirit. So when that letter went up into the sky, it summoned this fucking beast. So don't let your emotions get the best of you, folks, because then you might summon a sky demon.
Sky demon, I like that one.
But Ami even recounts how when she was younger, when she was a child, she lost her Christmas spirit, and Krampus yeeted her parents into a hole in the ground and left her behind. Pretty much is the comedic way of explaining that. Krampus pretty much kills her family and then leaves her to be an orphan, I guess.
Sounds about right.
So he and his little helpers dragged everyone in her family to hell except for her. And all he left behind was a little bell with his name on it. So the family remained skeptical until these monstrous toys was hidden in Christmas presents that was ominously delivered to their residence. You don't find out what's in them yet, but there's these presents that are left. Now, all these presents that was delivered earlier are now alive in their house and are invading and causing havoc. Upstairs, Stevie and Jordan are lured into the attic by Beth's voice. Beth is assumably dead, but we heard Beth's voice. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up. I have my notes here. Downstairs, the adults start hearing them scream. Hiya, Sparks. How you doing? They go upstairs to... Downstairs, the adults hear them screaming. Tom, Sarah, and Linda go upstairs to investigate. They end up finding Jordan being eaten by Der Clown, which is the Jack-in-the-Box from earlier. This thing is fucking terrifying.
That was freaky, that. Yeah, that was a bit creepy.
Yeah, Jordan got ate whole by this fucking Jack-in-the-Box.
Doesn't that kind of reminds me of the Attack of the Killer Clowns?
That's what I thought, bro, when I saw this movie. I fucking thought it was Attack of the Killer Clowns.
I've never seen the movie. I've never seen that movie, but I've seen pictures.
Watch it. We need to review it on here.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's amazing. I think so anyway. So now we have him being eaten by the clown Jack-in-the-Box from before. The family fends off the toys and the gingerbread men. This sounds so ridiculous when I say it out loud. But they fend off all these gingerbread men, and Krampus's elves end up leaping through a window.
Yeah.
And they end up taking Dorothy and Chrissy. Howard is desperate to get his kids back, so he jumps under the clown's back and then disappears. This shit is wild. It sounds stupid.
Wild, but it's a good
It sounds stupid when I say it out loud. But if you watch the movie, I promise it's not as dumb as it sounds. Ooh, lice is not a good thing. Lice sucks. So, Tom decides that the family should flee to an abandoned snowplow on the streets outside because their house is being overran by Christmas cookies and toys and all kinds of crazy shit. Ami ends up staying behind. She closed the fucking door when they left the house, and she's just staying behind because she wants to face Krampus herself. Because she wants to distract him. he ends up emerging from the fireplace and attacks her with his bag of toys. And we have that really cool scene where the granny's standing there looking at Krampus.
Yeah.
Badass granny. So she gets attacked by a bag of toys. I forgot how ridiculous this movie was until I say this shit out loud. Anyway, meanwhile, outside, Tom, Sarah, and Linda are being dragged under the snow. They're being dragged under the snow. Dragged. I don't know the right English, sue me. But they're being dragged under the snow, and they end up getting eaten by a snow monster.
Yeah.
And Stevie is captured by elves. Okay, guys, please trust me. This is a good movie. It's hard to say this shit and say it's a good movie, but it is. I promise. But anyway, Krampus ends up confronting Max and gives him a bell wrapped in a piece of his discarded letter. He realizes that the letter is what summoned Krampus there in the first place. Max ends up chasing after the demon, catching up as his pit of hell opens, and he begs for Stevie to be spared. Sorry, not sparred. They're not sparring like swords. He's being spared. And he offers himself up as a sacrifice. He's like, "Bring my family back. I know you can. I know you can, you son of a bitch." He don't say that. But he's like, "I know you can do this, Krampus. I know you can do this, bro." And Krampus is just looking at him like a dog. He's like, and the kid's like, "Come on. Sacrifice me for my family. I'm sorry I lost my spirit, but please." And then Stevie's going, and Krampus kind of refuses and tosses Stevie into the pit of hell. And Max is like, "I'm sorry. I just bring them back." And then he ends up getting thrown into the pit of hell. Max does. Now, this is a weird part of the movie because this is like when it becomes like an actual traditional Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Because Max wakes up in his house on Christmas morning. He discovers that his family is alive and well downstairs. He thinks it was just a nightmare. And then he unwraps one of his presents, and it reveals Krampus's bell. And he looks up at their faces as their memories of the horrific events slowly come back to all of them.
Yeah.
The camera ends up panning out, revealing the house is shown through a magical snow globe, along with hundreds of others in vast collection in the underworld. And Krampus is on a monitor as a spy that has spared them.
That was really weird, that part.
Yeah, it was fucking odd. That was the whole movie. Now, I kind of rushed through it, and I apologize, but this is a shorter podcast for us. What was your favorite scene? Was it the gingerbread man?
Yeah. I thought the gingerbread scene was really funny. Even the CGI in that part was actually pretty good.
Right, and I like the scene where what's his name? The bald uncle. I forget his name now. He was fighting off the gingerbread man, and they were shooting at him with the fucking nail gun, and he was shooting at him with a gun. That scene was pretty cool.
And the dog ate the last one.
Yes, that was really cool. We kind of missed that scene, but yeah, the dog. Yeah, because he was shooting at him sitting down, and that last one jumped up at him with I think it was like a what was it? It was a help me out, candy cane, I think is what the gingerbread man had, but it was a knife.
I think so. I think it was a candy cane.
I think it was either a candy cane or an actual knife. But he jumped at him, and the fucking dog ate the gingerbread man.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, that one. There was a lot of scenes in that movie, man. I thought the clown eating the kid or whatever it was fucking was nuts.
That was creepy. The most terrifying scene of that movie.
Well, because out of all of them, that clown was the scariest one.
Yeah, and that scene where the clown's stuck in that storm drain, and that woman grabs that axe to hit him, and at the last minute his fucking box goes in.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie, man. Everybody was really good in that movie. The cast was really good, you know. So
they had an amazing cast, and like I do apologize for earlier, Greg, leaving you for like a minute or two. And anybody that rewatches this, I'm sorry. There is a minute of downtime. My whole fucking Google Chrome just like X'd out.
why don't you just use Window Explorer?
Because like it does it no matter what. I don't know. There's no viruses or nothing. I might just need an update.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I apologize for that for anyone. But we said our favorite scenes. Who was your favorite cast member?
The kid was cool. I thought Toni Collette was really good as well. They're all good, man. I thought everybody was did really good in their roles. The brothers kids.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were assholes. I'm glad that kid got eaten.
Yeah, they were all assholes, but they all lived at the end, and there was really no.
Which was really weird because when I first watched it, the ending when the kid wakes up and then it zooms out and then it's like all the houses, like what you were saying.
That was kind of like a Home Alone type ending, though, where he comes downstairs and all his family's there.
Yeah.
Now this movie. Sorry,
but they all didn't die though. That's the thing. I think Krampus just collected them all.
Yeah, he collected them all until he had them all, and then they were all in reality again.
Yeah, which is really weird, which is really cool too at the same time.
This movie did release in 2016 an extended version of the film. I'd love to watch the extended version. It is called Krampus the Naughty Cut. As of right now, I don't think there's any sequels in the works or any talks of a sequel, but it really should have one, like Zach said earlier.
Yeah,
I think it should.
Maybe. Again, I think I've said this before. To do a really good sequel from a really successful movie is hard.
True.
So maybe they could just leave it.
Now, here's a very interesting fact, and I think we should find these. There was a limited release of Halloween masks for this movie. It was 2 elves, window peeper, and sheep coat cloud. There was also Spirit Halloween Store actually released an animatronic mask based on the main character Krampus.
Yeah, right.
It's one of those masks where if you move your mouth, its mouth moves.
So what type of creature is Krampus though?
He's a demonic being. He's the opposite of Santa.
I thought it was like some fucking weird animal or something like that, eh?
According to the grandma in the movie, according to this movie, I haven't really dove too much into the real Krampus, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's an ancient demonic spirit, which I think is true to the original origin, that punishes people that have either lost their Christmas spirit or have been bad. So it's a demonic being. That's why it has like the hooves and shit, because hooves are very much related to like evil for some reason.
Okay, because I thought he might be like some type of creature.
He is like a demonic creature.
Yeah.
So what do you rate this movie?
An 8.5 out of 10.
I give it a 9.
Yeah, close.
For what it is. If it means anything, IMDb rated it 6.2 out of 10. Which it's not high, but it's also not really low for IMDb. Websites like that are very picky and shit about movies. It's a decent rating. The movie was rated PG-13. The movie's not really that violent, so if you're not into like the gore shit, you're good. There are very horrifying moments, like only one, and it's when the Jack in the Box is eating the kid.
Yeah, that was as crazy as it gets, that scene. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's the craziest scene. The movie more so was meant to be, like, ridiculous. The movie was meant to be ridiculous.
It was well done.
It was very well done. It's like a B-rated horror film, but done at a massive level, which I want that to happen more often.
Yeah. But like I was saying, Krampus was like watching Nightmare on Elm Street meets Home Alone.
Right.
Easy.
I want to see, and this is going to be our next week's show, so this is kind of a segue to that. I would like to see fucking Krampus versus the Santa Claus and Santa sleigh.
Or team up.
Yeah, team up and fight Jack Frost.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
Jack Frost.
should we do that movie, Gorak? Should we do Jack Frost the horror movie?
I've seen bits of it, and that's fucking ridiculous, man.
Would you be interested in watching it?
I'll watch it.
It has a sequel.
Really?
Yes, it has a sequel.
Yeah, okay then. We can do that for next week if you want.
No, next week's Santa sleigh, but we can do it the week after next.
Yeah, right then.
Next week, Monday, we do have a pre-recorded episode, so we're not going to be live, guys. We still love you, but we're not going to be live. We have Steve Walker coming onto the show.
Yeah.
We're recording that, Gorak, and I know we're saying it here for everybody to know. If it changes, I'll let everyone know, because sometimes guests change, we change. Hell, I had to cancel a couple interviews and then reschedule. But right now, it's looking at Thursday at noon. We're going to record it, and Monday it's going to be released.
So Thursday is Friday morning for me, correct?
Yes, it would be. We did daylight savings time, so I think it's 4 a.m. for you, maybe.
Should be fine. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
I hope you guys.
If I get I'll be all right.
Sorry, bud. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were cutting out. I thought you were done talking.
No, it's all good.
But, hey, Gorak, is there anything you want to add about this movie?
Let's go and watch the movie.
Just watch it. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you want more pink sock action.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Do? You know how kids do the photo taking a Santa?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should do it with Krampus.
Dude, that'd be awesome. Sit on Krampus's lap. Dude, would you sit on Krampus's lap? I know you would. You crazy bastard. I know you would. Now,
I wouldn't sit on his face, but yeah.
Greg, we said there's a whole line of Christmas horror movies, right?
Oh,
now, there is one that is listed one of the best Christmas horror movies ever. According to John Waters, it is Christmas Evil. I've never even heard of it. Have you heard of it?
I'm gonna look this up. Nope. This is new to me.
Yeah, Christmas Evil. Now, the first ever Christmas horror movie ever released. I love how we're getting into this now. According to release date, the first one ever was in shit. It's in the wrong order. Hold on. Let me try to get it in the right
1980?
order. I think so. But it's giving me the wrong order. It's giving me newest. This is giving me newest to oldest. So I got to scroll all the way down. We have, damn, dude. The oldest one ever wasn't even a movie. Now,
Okay.
the first ever horror themed anything Christmas was a Twilight Zone episode.
Okay.
The second was an Addams Family episode. The first Christmas horror movie was Silent Night, Bloody Night in 1972.
Yeah.
So there you go. Gorak, is there anything you want to add, bro? Because I'm going to probably get off of here.
No, not at all.
All right. With that being said, go follow Gorak on everything at Gorak_1985. And please, guys, spread the sock. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers on this channel. I want more than that, of course, but 100 right now is our goal because I want to be able to change the URL for you guys so it's easier to find the sock.
Spread the sock. I like that.
Spread the sock. Also, please follow me on TikTok, Instagram, share everything, please. We truly appreciate it. This podcast does not have promotions and all that shit. We are word of mouth. So let that sock come out of your mouth and tell the world about the sock and about my other stuff going on like Instagram and all that shit. Just spread it. Spread the love. I love you all. And as always, live long, rock hard. Have a lovely day, and I love you all. And have an amazing Wednesday, y'all, and Thursday, and whatever other day it might be for you. Love y'all.